In today's breaking story, Donald Trump's own daughter just ignited a new scandal. And of course, Trump's day fell apart. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, Donald Trump is an absolute disaster, and Americans are absolutely feeling the effects of this. In fact, Trump's own lawyers have admitted that tariffs are, in fact, raising the prices for everyday Americans.
And Americans should be really upset and bothered by what Trump's own lawyers are saying. They walked into that courtroom. They told the entire Supreme Court that it's going to raise $4 trillion. Trillion, unimaginable amounts of money. And even in their own words, 30 to 80% are going to be paid for, that's right, Trump's own lawyers, by the American people. That is wild. It's also consistent with what we're seeing in our stores right now. You're seeing the prices of groceries go up. You're seeing the prices of clothing go up. You're seeing utility costs in America going up when we have an affordability crisis. And in the same sentence, this president, in his infinite wisdom, is yanking back food assistance, is yanking back health care. This is not the America that anyone I know voted for last November, and it's a betrayal of trust for all of us.
And when you mix that with the fact that Trump destroyed the economy, you have the perfect storm.
And by the way, that person is really taking an economy that was, I think we were expanding. I know here in New Jersey, I was hearing from employers that they wanted to hear how we were going to hire, how we were going to train more workers. Now, with less than a year in office, President Trump has created an economy where layoffs are going on across the state, where college kids are worried about their job opportunities, where costs are going up everywhere, everything on a cup of coffee to grocery store prices. Gas prices are set to rise. Electricity costs are through the roof. And now he won't even spend the $6 billion he has to make sure people have access to food security. So at every level, he is driving up costs for families. And I think a relentless focus by Democrats on driving those costs down is going to be very successful.
And this is like how reprehensible and appalling this president's tactics and his behavior has been, and this is what he has led to. We're talking about working people. We're talking about international travel at a time in which we saw the busiest summer in the history of Chicago, $900 million of new revenue from a 3.5 million hotel occupancy. Our ridership and our public transportation system is growing. You know, I think the last thing that I'll say isn't just to make it real local. I want to appeal to the people of Chicago, where you can support local businesses, particularly in our Black and brown communities. Please do that. Many of these local grocery stores and these businesses have seen a 60% reduction.
And now Trump's day just fell apart as his daughter ignites a new scandal. That's right, take a look at today's top story. President Trump is already under fire as the historic government shutdown drags on, leaving millions of families struggling to afford basic necessities. But today, things took a sharp turn for the worse because a new scandal involving his daughter Ivanka just broke. The event itself happened last week, but the details and backlash only surfaced publicly today, and it is hitting the administration hard. Ivanka Trump attended the Think Health Summit in Bentonville, Arkansas. She wasn't there as a public health advocate or policy leader. She was there to promote her for-profit food company, Planet Harvest. The company claims to take off-grade produce that doesn't meet cosmetic grocery standards and resell it. The concept might be fine on its own, but the timing is politically disastrous. Right now, millions of Americans are unsure how they will afford groceries. Food assistance programs are disrupted by the shutdown, and healthcare costs are rising at the same time. So when Ivanka posted smiling photos promoting her company and talking about food as medicine, the backlash exploded. Her message highlighted that her company donated 5,000 produce boxes to families in Arkansas. But critics immediately pointed out what the Trump family refused to address. 5,000 boxes do not solve a crisis affecting tens of millions of people. It looked less like compassion and more like self-promotion. One commenter responded, "Quite tone deaf, as so many Americans don't know where their next meal is coming from. Pick up that banner." Another said, "Maybe talk to your father." Someone else summed up the entire controversy by writing, "If food drives disease, your family's solution is to make sure people can't afford food. Problem solved, shameful, And that is the real political damage here. This story didn't go viral when the event happened. It is blowing up today because Americans are just now seeing Ivanka celebrating her business venture while they are being crushed by the consequences of her father's decisions. It reinforces the image of a ruling family completely disconnected from the suffering they have caused. Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.